Welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine Live. I'm Catherine, and it's time for the May 2023 Creative Memories Virtual Crop. So every month I put a poll on my community tab on my YouTube channel. And this month, overwhelmingly, y'all voted that you wanted me to show you how to create your own Fast2Fab inspired page because this month's virtual crop is all about the Fast2Fab pages. So we're going with Endless Meadows, and I am going to show you how I am taking the sketch and creating my own version of it or as a Fast2Fab, essentially. So I hope you all enjoy my interpretation of the sketch. Let me get things switched over so you can see what I'm going to be working on here. Okay, so here is our sketch. And, I need to straighten myself out my chair a little bit here. Goodness, pardon me. Here is our sketch. Let me bring it up closer in case you would like to get a screenshot of my measurements. If I can actually get it on the camera and get the camera to focus. Here we go. So I pulled out my decorative trimmer because of this. This little wave here at the bottom of the page, you can do yourself. We do have some of our Fast2Fab inspired pages that have that feature, but I wanted to show you how to do it since that's what y'all voted on. That's what you're going to get. So let me set this aside a moment. And I've already gone ahead and lined this up into my 12-inch decorative trimmer. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this real quick, and then I'm going to show you where I lined it up. Essentially, I lined it up. I lined up my paper just beyond the straight edge of my paper. Let me pull this out so I can get this really close to the camera for you. You can see there's a grid here. And here is where the peak of our trimmer is, and here's the first grid line. So I'd lined up my edge of my paper with just that first grid line, just so that way you have an idea of where I was going with that. I'm going to go ahead and set this aside and put aside my trimmer as well. I am using this floral paper for my wavy part of my layout, and it has the green floral print on the back of it as well. The base of my page, I am using the tonal pack with our yellow honeycombs. There we go. They're really kind of hard to see. The back side of the page has the mustard bird print on it, but I wanted to use this one, and I wanted it going across because of how our waves are going across the page as well. So let me grab my regular 12-inch trimmer, and I'm going to cut this at 1 3/4 inches. I'm just, again, measuring to this top peak of the wave from our decorative 12-inch trimmer. We're going to set that aside. And I've already gone ahead and cut the other one just to move things along while I'm live here. And these are going to go, you can see they match. I did put the paper in the decorative trimmer measuring to the bottom of the trimmer, just so that way I'll know, because there is a little gap between, there's a top gap and there's a bottom gap for the 12-inch papers, and you want to match it so that way your pages are symmetrical, I guess, if you want them to be symmetrical. If you don't worry about it, but I like symmetry, so I kind of wanted mine to match. So here we go. We're going to line this up along the bottom edge of our page here. Let's see. There's that one, and here is this one. And then you can probably also see that I've pulled out our green paper that has the kind of almost a watercolor effect with the flowers, but it's like purple and yellow dots with a varying green on the backside. It almost looks like a grassy sheet here. And I have two mats that I cut 3 3/4 by 6 inches. And then I have four that I cut at 4 by 6. And I'll let y'all know that part of this is because of what I had left of my scraps for this collection. So if you like the Endless Meadows collection, it is now in our last chance section. There is a lot of this collection that is on sale. So if you're interested, I would go ahead and click the link in my description box, especially on YouTube, and head on over, although those in my Facebook group know how to get there as well. And I hope you all will consider doing a little bit of shopping through my link. And so here we go. I'm putting the two. So this is the one of the 3 3/4 mats, and the other one is here. So the two skinnier mats are closer to each other on the pages, and the larger ones are going to the outside. And I'm just leaving about 1/8 of an inch in this top left corner to start with the mat. You'll remember from our sketch that originally the left side of the page just has two. But you know me, I like to, if I can add an extra photo, we're going to do it. So that's what I did. And then the right side, I just kept the 3. It just made sense going across here. And I also pulled out one of our embellishments because that one just really went well with what we have. So again, I'm going to leave about 1/8 of an inch in between these two mats here. And then that leaves me, let me scoot this over just a hair, kind of coming down. We're going to have just that little bit of extra gold showing here as well. But this one kind of does go a little bit more against the page because if you'll remember, we had 4 inches, 4 inches, and 3 3/4. So it's a little tight, but I just wanted to give it just a little bit of gold going around if I could. And then this mat was in our embellishment pack. And I just thought, you know what? It fits perfectly here. It goes great with the colors on the page. And it's going to make a really, really wonderful journal box for me. So that's going to go down here. And I also kind of love that it continues with our wavy looks of both our paper and our little fast to fab page that we're making here for ourselves. Okay, let me move this one over and in a little bit more. Get some tape runner going over here. Flip these over. And there we go. So these two are going over this way. Actually, let me get this lower one first because that kind of anchors our part over here. There we go. And oops, I didn't realize my paper had gone crooked, which means hopefully I didn't put those mats on crooked. I guess we'll see. So this one is going to line up kind of with this other one, but it's going to be over just a little bit. So that way it's giving it that little bit of, leeway around it. Let's see. I don't think those are really crooked. It doesn't look too crooked to me anyways. Okay. So now I've also pulled out some of our stickers, and I just really loved how the flowers in the vase, and they also had a flower bunch here that were on our sticker sheets. And then there's also this little fly guy, I guess, that has this little dotted trail, which is hard to see, but hang on, let me adjust this down a hair and see if that helps. Yep, there we go. There it is. The little trail, because they have it on the paper as well. And I'll hold that up a little bit closer towards the end. But I'm going to get the vase up here. And our flower bunch up here as well. And oops, so I can get that off my hand. This is going to go a little bit more towards the top. And then we're going to kind of layer our saying, it's an Oscar Wilde, a flower blossoms for its own joy. And I just thought, seemed fitting with this page overall. We have a lot of flowers going on. We do have some watercolor going on, but I'm going to pop this one up with our large foam squares. And if I can get there we go. I'm going to kind of layer this over our flowers just a little bit, kind of creating our own little sticker cluster. And then we have our little fly with the little tail coming off of it. I think that one's going to go up over here. Okay. And that is it, because remember, we're trying to mimic our fast fabs. We're keeping it simple. And our sketch is pretty simple as well. They do have, our journal box. I'm kind of actually almost halfway staying true to the sketch a little bit tonight. It's kind of, I don't want to say it's unusual for me, but it is a little bit unusual. They recommended a 12 inch by 2 inch, and we did 1 3/4 by 12 after we trimmed it down on our decorative trimmer. And of course we have the extra mats, and then we have our stickers. So let me hold the left side of this up closer to the camera for you all. If I don't get too close, here we go. So there's our flowers, and there is the little, okay, let's see if I can get them close enough. The little guys with their little dotted trails coming off of them, but it's hard for it to pick up because it's just so subtle. And here is this other side of our page. And again, with the floral on the bottom. So what do you think? Did I do all right in creating my own Fast Fab inspired page? I hope so. We're not going to have to trim too much off of our photos to put them on here. And I think it worked out quite nicely. So I think that is going to be it from me for tonight. I will probably be back again tomorrow morning to do the other 3. I do have some more creativity going on. I am going to incorporate in the What a Zoo 2 Fast Fab inspired pages, because we did have a couple people, maybe one person, vote on it. But this is where your votes do count. So we will be seeing that as well coming up for this virtual crop. But for now, hopefully you enjoyed seeing this one. Don't forget to go check out and see what's on sale from this collection, since it is now in last chance. Until next time.